This is LaHeisman Transfer Portal V, a triple red shirt, fifth-year walk-on freshman transfer from Blue Mountain State. This 7'2", 550-pound human bulldozer is the highest-paid NIL athlete of all time and the first-ever six-star prospect. The only reason you've never heard of him is because he's never played a snap due to his DUIs and academic ineligibility. LaHeisman has never stepped foot in a library or practice facility. He just rips keg stands at his fraternity all week and shows up on Saturday and unloads for 600 yards on your favorite team. Transfer Portal had a full-ride scholarship offer to every single school in the nation, but decided to take his talents to Coastal Carolina. Ever since his decision, the university has gotten millions of female applicants. LaHeisman hasn't been sacked, thrown an incomplete pass, or given up a touchdown since Pee Wee football, and is looking to take this absolute poverty university to a national championship.
I can't hear.
I can't hear you.
There's too much money in my hand.
As soon as LaHeisman committed to Coastal Carolina, the NCAA immediately moved the absolute poverty university to the SEC. I don't think it's physically possible to win the Natty playing against poverty Sunbelt teams anyway. As soon as LaHeisman stepped foot on campus, Coastal Carolina's head coach put him through a quarterback competition against their new pickup, Archibald Manning. Even after purposely trying to stay second string so he could just party and squad wipe the cheerleading team, he ended up shining bright in all the drills, dropping absolute needle-threaded piss-missile dimes right in his no-name receiver's breadbaskets. A little bit of foreshadowing, but this is the only practice that LaHeisman showed up to all year. By the end of the quarterback battle, LaHeisman proved his worth to be the starting quarterback, and even forced Arch Manning to hand in his letter of resignation, who is now rumored to be working full-time at the local Sonic drive-thru. Anyway, it's time for the triple red shirt double COVID year. Fifth-year true freshman who has been in college for over half of his life, but hasn't touched the field due to his questionable off-field decisions to play in his first ever game. First game, road trip to Virginia. The lights may be too bright for LaHeisman as he immediately gets his welcome to college football moment.
This crowd sucks.
Psych, Transfer Portal needed that hit to sober him up after tailgating his own game and calls his own number for an electric start to the season. From here on out, the 7'2" behemoth took the crowd out of the game, throwing Hail Marys and housing a couple more insane runs. As the game progressed, the entire nation tuned in to the masterclass performance. Everyone wanted a piece of LaHeisman, who signed NIL deals with OnlyFans, Hennessy, and became the cover athlete of college football during this first game. 62-24 final score in Virginia.
Great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out and find a way to win.
And now, it's time for the Coastal Carolina home opener, featuring two universities that compete for the prestigious title of least poverty school in the Carolinas.
Quarterback on the keeper. Just finds that little crevice and he's still up. Oh, the hops. Just trucks.
After last week's performance, the NCAA mandated that LaHeisman play every game from now on drunk. Why? Because apparently, that's the only way to make this fair. Spoiler alert, it's not. Coastal wins big as Transfer Portal hurdles all over Eastern Carolina. Shout out Eastern though, because they still party hard despite being absolutely abysmal at sports. 43-81 final score, as we host another atrocious program the following week. As LaHeisman absolutely diced up another team full of future door-to-door salesmen, it dawned on me that Coastal Carolina's schedule may be too easy to even qualify for the playoffs. We need big statement wins against solid opponents. And after finishing the job killing K-State, Coastal Carolina had its first big opportunity.
You can't walk very far in these parts without being greeted with a War Eagle. And boy, do they hope it will be a joyous one today. Welcome to Jordan-Hare Stadium and the home of the Auburn Tigers. What we have in store for you today, a clash between a couple of SEC teams that could have season-long ramifications. As we'll see, the winners of 4 straight, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, taking on the Auburn Tigers.
90,000 fans screaming. LaHeisman is absolutely blitzed from a morning full of tailgating, and his receivers don't even know what they are doing.
First down. Going to try to get it himself.
Is as sticky as they come.
Guys coming down his face.
Quarterback gets the first down and more.
But after chipping away one play at a time, Transfer Portal scored on the first drive to quiet down the hostile environment.
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, shot to clear.
You may be thinking that it's destined for him to win the Heisman, because he is literally named LaHeisman. But it turns out he's been in college football so long that the trophy is actually named after him.
It's been a while since he's seen a hole that big. He almost didn't know what to do.
Once he took the crowd out of the game, it was over as it turned into an avalanche of hurdles. Absolute dimes to his receivers.
That looked a little Mahomey.
And touchdown after touchdown. These fans are witnessing the craziest performance since the kick six back in 2013. It's safe to say that LaHeisman owns Auburn as he marched into Jordan-Hare Stadium and put up 80 points. It's rumored that Transfer Portal took the War Eagle home with him on the team bus. But if you thought Auburn was a hostile environment, just wait till you see our next opponent. The #1 ranked toughest stadium to play in. Former home to LaHeisman's role model, Johnny Football.
I felt like the harder I partied, better that I played.
A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see, the number 25 team in the country, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies.
The game started off like usual with the ladies' man exposing the weak Aggie secondary for an easy score, but tides started turning in their next possession.
He'll do it himself. Gets away from one, he's got space.
LaHeisman gets absolutely rocked. That hit may have taken his last brain cell as he rolls out and gets absolutely pummeled again and forgets to hold on to the ball. Coastal Carolina fans nationwide realize their star is both concussed and hammered and hold their breath as their title hopes are on the line. Next possession, LaHeisman gets rocked again. This time he blacks out. But no worries. Transfer Portal simply must have put too much Hennessy in his water bottle, but regains consciousness to a glorious 69-35 lead, capped off by a sweet touchdown jog. Hennessy may not have a 4.0 GPA, but he's got a .4 BAC. That big-time win in College Station, just hot Coastal Carolina ranked 17th in the country and #2 in the SEC. Behind only the Georgia DUIs, the Coastal Carolina coal miners are headed once again into SEC enemy territory against Arkansas. And LaHeisman just passed Livy Dunn and Shawter Sanders as the highest-paid college athlete of all time. The hefty lefty is now worth more than Jeff Bezos.
He'll take a shot.
After playing in actual hostile environments, this weak one didn't faze LaHeisman. Bro ended up stealing all their girlfriends, who also turned out to be their sisters. Next up, Vanderbilt. Come on now, we all know they only exist for baseball. Honestly, it's embarrassing they're even in the SEC for football. In fact, after this game, Vandy disbanded their football program after getting pathetically embarrassed at home by a glorified, mediocre Sunbelt team. LaHeisman left at halftime and still threw for 700 yards. But the talk of sports media has been that maybe the hefty lefty isn't a one-man team, and that maybe he actually has good weapons around him. So, against Missouri, LaHeisman got tired of his receivers getting too much credit. So he said, "Screw it, I'm going for 0 passing yards this game. Sit back, relax, and watch an absolute clinic." While you enjoy an absolute masterclass, comment LaHeisman. If I don't reply, I will send you $100.
Dominance in this one, outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Back to the crib, we got Kentucky in town. But before the game, I checked and saw that LaHeisman has 4,500 social media followers, which is ridiculous for someone who is taking over college football and leading the Heisman race. But I just realized that more than the amount of subscribers I have on this channel, so I can't be talking. Smack that subscribe button to help me out big time. Kentucky got absolutely grittied on, and Coastal moves to 10-0, where we got a tough test at home against the Gators. LaHeisman didn't get the memo about the importance of this game and showed up violently hungover. He tries to hurdle a defender at the goal line and fumbles the football. You can bet the coach is going to tear him apart in the film room for that one. Next drive, Florida, they're all over him. Tackled for a loss. But LaHeisman finally wakes up, breaks one loose, hurdles two defenders, and scores the kind of touchdown that makes you wonder if you're watching Tavon Austin's highlight reel. From this point on, it was like watching Tim Tebow 2.0. LaHeisman's tossing lefty dimes, and Florida's defense is out here asking for mercy. Then, after yet another touchdown, he points to the crowd and, in true LaHeisman fashion, invites every girl over an 8 to his party later. Coastal puts up 77 to Florida's 38. Next stop, South Carolina for the final game of the regular season. Oh, and by the way, we're now ranked number 2 in the country at 12-0. But let's be real, who cares about the regular season anymore? We went down to South Carolina, beat the Cox 69-13, and that's all you need to know. Time to move on to the big one, the SEC championship against the Georgia DUIs. Now, I swear, it must be a new requirement at Georgia that you have to commit at least 3 felonies to be on the roster, because every week there's a new story. Doesn't matter, though. First drive of the game, transfer portal, caps it off with a rushing touchdown where he looked like Henry Ruggs out there with blazing speed. Then, next drive, he threads a needle with an absolute piss missile dime for another TD. And I thought this was allegedly the best defense in college football. Nah, they're trash. Coastal Carolina wipes the floor with Georgia, 56-34. What an overrated program.
It's one of the most difficult titles to earn.
An SEC championship is cool and all, but let's be real, the job ain't finished. This isn't why we're here. We came for one thing, the Heisman Trophy. Just kidding, we came here for the Natty. And right now, the biggest obstacle to us winning the game is the Ohio State Buckeyes. They recently just picked up some dude named LeBron James from the NBA. After terrorizing the NBA for over 20 years, Disney announced his retirement from basketball and is taking his 6'9", 250-pound frame to college football to try and stop Coastal Carolina. And it worked. For the first time all year, LaHeisman looked human. LeBron's super team dropped him for a safety to keep the game close in the second quarter, and LeBron kept scoring touchdowns. Now tied at 35, Coastal Carolina needs something huge here.
First play of the drive, we're going to throw the football. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Breaks loose at the 45. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. He fumbles. They scoop up the ball. It's still a live play here. Touchdown, Coastal Carolina. And they will claim the second half.
Dodged a bullet there. Could have ended the season. But instead, it's 45-45 with 1 minute left in the game. Time for the biggest third down of the triple red shirt double COVID year. 5th year true freshman's career.
Back, looking to throw for it on third down. Trying to create outside the pocket now. Finds room at the 30. And they make the tackle, but that's a huge chunk play.
Huge conversion there to keep the drive alive. With only seconds left, LaHeisman takes Coastal Carolina into field goal range. But unfortunately, their kicker missed his flight to the game. So, We have to go for the win with 3 seconds left. Last play of the game.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Running out of time in the pocket. He's moving out of the pocket now. Extending the play now. He's got room moving to the end zone. Makes it across the goal line.
They did it. Coastal Carolina advances to the semi-final. LaHeisman and his 73 girlfriends got on his private jet to take on Oregon. As LaHeisman torches the Ducks in his potential second-to-last college game ever, a lot of talk around college football has been about what's next for LaHeisman, if he will take his talents to the NFL and declare for the draft. But he has made it well known that he wants to stay in college as long as humanly possible and then become a high school gym teacher that door dashes on the side. The hefty lefty threw for 1,500 yards and ran all over Oregon's abysmal program all day as Bro put the final dagger in them to win 94-140. Bring on the Natty.
Of college football history as we crown this season's national champion. There's been so much that's gone into getting here, twists and turns, and now it builds to this, the battle for supremacy. And it almost feels like we were destined to get to this point. The top 2 seeds of the college football playoff have survived. They've been on a collision course all season long. They've come through the challenges and the distractions, and now they'll fight for that beautiful trophy. As we'll see the number 2 seed in this playoff, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a squad from the SEC, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers.
Going to be a wet and likely wild night.
It's a quarterback keeper. Breaking free at the 35.
These guys are freaky.
Conversion right now. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. And now another deep ball here. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Defense is coming after him. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Chanticleers.
LaHeisman wastes no time. First drive, touchdown. But Michigan, they keep responding. Back and forth we go, punch for punch, touchdown after touchdown. This is shaping up to be an instant classic.
Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. He jumped right over the defender. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Coastal Carolina.
But Michigan cheats. That's right. They stole all our signs. Suddenly, they start clamping down on transfer portal. They even forced Coastal's first 3 and out all season. Michigan pulls ahead with a huge 40-31 lead, the biggest deficit we've faced all year.
Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. Gets into space at the 50. Oh, and he breaks free.
As LaHeisman picks apart the Michigan defense, do me a favor. Like the video, drop a comment, and help your boy out. This video took years to make, and I'm not getting paid. But you already know, LaHeisman doesn't fold. He marches down the field and caps off the drive with a clutch touchdown. The comeback is on, or so we thought, because Michigan fires back with another score. Now it's 47-38 with just 2 minutes left. We're going to need a miracle. And LaHeisman delivers. He launches a Hail Mary, and somehow his future janitor of a receiver catches it. But we're not done. LaHeisman subs in on defense, makes a huge stop, and gets the ball back with 1 minute 50 seconds to go. This is it. Down by 5. The entire stadium's on their feet. The nation is glued to their screens. This is what we've all been waiting for. First play of the drive. A 20-yard dime to his mediocre receiver. Michigan burns a timeout. 2 plays later, with the stadium shaking and everyone's heart rate through the roof.
Looking to connect with the receiver here. Bringing pressure. He's going to take off here. Jukes to get past a man. Breaks clear.
And scores. Touchdown, Coastal Carolina. LaHeisman has done it. Coastal Carolina wins the national championship with an unbelievable comeback. The Chanticleers are on top of the world, and LaHeisman, he's officially a legend. That's it, folks. The impossible has been done. Coastal Carolina, the once poverty-stricken program, is now national champions. If you love this journey, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and comment what you want to see next. Peace.